Hey guys, how's it going? Nerd for Words here. Hope you guys are doing well. This is probably the third time I've tried to record this. Like, I've pretty well beaten the level. But you know, if I could peel back the curtain just a little bit here and be a little candid with you guys. You ever get in like a super creative funk, right? Or just a funk in general? Not Terry funk. There we go. That sorted that. But like, I don't know what it is. I'd like to say it's, you know, burnout to an extent, but at the same time, as little as I upload. But burnout would make sense because I don't just do this exclusively. There's a lot of things I do. And, you know, I'm frequently busy, and it's not even that I intentionally, you know, do this to myself. Whoa, I completely would have missed that. I've played through this level like 3 times already, and totally missed that every single time, and missed that from the first time we passed through here. Ain't that something? But I don't know what it is. Every time I try to record something, I'm just like, this is ass, and I delete it. Like, I tried pre-recording my, you know, next leg of the Mega Man X to get ahead of the curve for Throwback Thursday. I've got quite a bit happening in the background and not a lot of it good, unfortunately. Like, it's not all terrible. This certainly isn't to be pessimistic, but I'm dealing with a lot of things at this moment in the background, and those of you who know. And so, maybe it's the stress of that that's got me feeling overly critical of myself. I don't really know, but nothing's hitting the way that it, you know, that it should. And so, like, Mega Man X. Love it a bit. It's a very challenging game, right? But every time I try to record an episode of it, it just dissolves into like an hour and a half of me dying non-stop, the same bits over and over. And yeah, part of that's difficulty of the game, and like that's the fun of it. But then I'm just like, do people really want to sit here and just watch me repeatedly die on something outside of like a funny like compilation or short? Like, is that really something they would want to see? Or I'll, you know, feel like my commentary is severely lacking. So, for every, you know, every episode that I upload, or I say episode, but for every video that I upload, I can guarantee you there's at least minimum 6 that came before it that just got completely scrapped. One of my biggest issues is I forget to have fun with things. That's been a long-standing issue of mine. I tend to take things way too seriously. Even when I know it's supposed to be just a fun little thing for entertainment. Which is exactly what this channel was. This channel was, meant to be just a fun little project. Play some games, share some moments. Have a little bit of fun. Get some laughs in. Maybe share some of my, favorite games of my yesteryears. Just have a good time. Relive some of those moments. You little turd. You little turd. There we go. I'll tell you about the plasma enemies in a moment here. There will be more of them. But I don't know. I'd oftentimes tend to fall into these overly critical creative funks. Okay, so about these plasma dudes. One, they do that. Two, so Alistair is viable against them, but they take, I think, half damage. But Ifrit, good to go against them. And the plasma gun, absolutely not. That's a big no. Man, I was getting mobbed. Now, see, I was actually, like, killing it earlier. Literally. But... let's see, hold up. Quick little dip into here. But... it just... sometimes it happens, I guess. Okay. So this is actually a really fun area. The boss fight is super obnoxious. I may show you the exploit to the boss. So, all those symbols on the wall are important. Now you'll notice we can't walk over it, we can't jump around it. There's a strong surge of evil coming from the puddle of water. There's a voice in my head saying something. One who knocks on the gate to the underworld shall borrow the strength from the blue stone. Now, let's do this. When you do that, you expose its core. Right? And when those, when the sigils fade, it, you know, becomes this amorphous blob. But if you let it capture you once, and keep in mind, it only does it once, but if you let it capture you once, it'll take you down here, and you might have noticed that familiar shade right there, all blacked out. Might be an old friend of ours. Yeah, his bitch ass is back. If we get taken out by a skull, I'm going to be so upset. Okay, good. Not good. Weird cyclopean skull. Okay. Phantom is back. Are you serious? You know, in all the times that I've played through this, it hasn't got me until now. I promise you. It's actually probably the weakest iteration of Phantom. Okay, but so here's the thing. You let it grab you the first time, right? I'm gonna just switch real fast to Alistair. Okay, so check this out. Ow. Done. Now watch what happens. This is the exploit to this boss. And it's the only time that this boss does this that I'm aware of. Bam. Huge chunk of its health now gone. Now, when you do this, when you expose its core, so as long as you keep this lit, the enemy stays in this form, and then you can just wail on this thing. Like if you damage it enough, I've noticed that like especially like with the Ifrit gauntlets, and also now you can walk through it and you're good. So if you use the Ifrit gauntlets, right? Oh man, almost made it. That's fine, whatever. I've noticed like the heavier hits it takes, sometimes you'll actually see that stone chip and like break up, which is kind of cool. By the way, if you ever want to bypass the little hopscotch bit, just jump in, take out the skulls, and it'll, you know, bring you back here. But as I was saying, you know, sometimes some videos it just doesn't hit. But just the same, I still persist. But sometimes it's nice to just have a moment to talk and, you know, clear the air, vent a little bit. You know, keep you guys clued in. Also, no doors. The doors vanish due to evil powers. Scary. Cool. Okay, that all says the same thing. Alrighty. And that's it. That's all she wrote. Alright, let's just go with this one. Cool. Well, that'll do it for now. I've been your host, Nerd4Words. I'm gonna get this thing edited up and posted for you guys, and I'll see y'all next time. Stay nerdy, my friends. Bye.